You can hear the blustery wind, and it's added some extra pressure on the players. Canada take it out through Pat Kay, scooting across the line of the 22 before popping the ball back in field to Mike Fualifai. Canada, measured, calm performance from yesterday. They look well organised. Here's John Moonlight, man of vast experience.
No clear release.
And a penalty there against Mutaro Bazan. The young man from Cordoba, just a little over-eager. And Nathan Hirayama, there he is. Top point scorer on day one of the tournament. He'll hammer it away into touch. They like to go to their set piece. A team that looks organised and composed, Willie.
Yeah, and I like the fact that they're just getting a feel for the ball. It's the first game on day two after 3 wins. And so it's just a matter of getting your hands on the ball, getting into the contact early, and now looking to execute. For me, Pat Kay is the guy that will set this Canadian side alight.
Hirayama has been playing for Canada since he was 18 years of age. They start them young. They have to start them young. Justin Douglas going into contact. There it is for the captain, Harry Jones. Fualafau. Strong run from him. Canada have had all the possession so far. Hirayama. Kay, the man Willie was just talking about. Nice, well, it looked like a nice offload, but I'm saying in these conditions, it seems no pass is a formality. And now we have an injury.
Very difficult conditions, and just some stats up on our screen as we look at Santiago Gomez Corda, the Argentinian coach. 230 tries to his name. What an outstanding career he has had. But 10 passes for Canada. Argentina yet to touch the ball.
Joaquin Riera is the man who went down, and let's have a look and see how it happened here. Not a very good head position there at all into big Mike Fualafau. Fualafau plays for Castaway. He cast the tackler away pretty effectively there, didn't he? Riera, part of the new breed of Argentinian players. New look this season. A few more changes for the Wellington tournament from the first 2 legs. They've lost one of their best players, Segundo Tucalet, the dazzling runner.
Set.
Here's Revol, the captain. Looks like Riera is okay. Bazan now trying to get on the outside, but no real purpose about the attack. Canada quickly getting numbers there. It's typical of their play so far this weekend. Slightly different feel to this match to the preceding one. An electric start between Fiji and New Zealand. This is more steady as she goes. Hirayama goes for a little stroll. And now they set things moving through Harry Jones.
High tackle, over the shoulder.
Well, quickly taken by Canada, just looking to alter the pace. Again, the pass not great, although the referee says another advantage is Big Adam Zaruba takes it up. Moonlight now spots a little gap, makes some good meters.
No hands now, Lee.
And that'll be another penalty, giving too many away here, Argentina. And I think he'll call them back, Pat Kay. Well, this is the second time that Canada have made the Cup quarterfinals. Last time it happened just 3 years ago. They made it as far as the plate final where they lost to Australia. Anytime they make it into the top 8, it's a good effort for this Canadian team, recovering from a disappointing start to the series. Fualafau shown out with his strong running so far. Argentina trying to counter-ruck and getting a penalty. Good work from Matthias Usachuk.
Same for you. You can't take it in front of the mark, on or behind, okay?
Strong counter-ruck, wasn't it, from Usachuk? He scored 3 tries over the weekend, and just showing how powerful he is, both on defence.
Well, he has caught the eye, Usachuk. Matthias Usachuk, I should say. And Riera deciding they're not going to take the tap. Revol floats the pass out, holds up in the Wellington breeze, and puts his team under a bit of pressure with that one. They've got it now. Revol moves it on. Here's the man we've just been talking about. Usachuk. Shoveled on by Revol again. And that's asking too much of Franco Sabato.
There's not a lot of forward momentum there from Argentina, was there? Maybe they need to change that game plan up a little, vary it up and put some short balls and head-ups from the forwards in.
Yeah, handling has been difficult today. The passes getting blown off course, but unless you're Fiji, of course, and you've got hands the size of buckets and something sticky on them.
Crouch.
And Fijians are just breathtaking. Everyone else has had a problem.
Set.
Still to come after this, of course, we've got South Africa and France.
Same tunnel, then push.
South Africa have looked great right from the word go. France
At the same tunnel.
menacing, as always.
And I think they're a real threat. I really do. I just think that if you're ever going to tip South Africa up, it's a team like France that can do it.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Yes.
Well, taken by Canada. Here's their opportunity now. Justin Douglas out in front of the post. Canada, moonlight. No way through there. He saw a little daylight round the fringe of the scrum. There he is again, moonlight. Flings it away to Douglas.
Advantage.
Douglas all trying to pop the ball. They'll come back. There's a penalty. He knew they were playing under advantage, and now I think the referee says enough.
Repeated infringements, offside.
Yeah. And it is going to the bin. Matthias Usachuk. So Argentina down to 6, and they lose one of their most effective players for 2 minutes.
Yeah, and Canada need to score now. They've dominated every stat that's in front of us at the moment, except the scoreboard. They've spent an eternity of the first half down in this part of the field. They need to get some points, and they need it now.
Yeah, they've certainly spread out wide to the right-hand side of the field.
Interesting formation. It's not a line, though, that they've formed. I think Argentina might have swapped out a player for a concussion check, Mel. But they're going to have to carry on with a man down. And here's Zaruba. Adam Zaruba scores. The big man from the BC Bears. Slides over in the corner, and at last, and it's taken them nearly all of the first half, but they have something to show for their dominance.
Beautiful pass, Nathan Hirayama. That is the money ball. That is gold. If you're a Canadian fan, Zaruba were able to get on the outside of Sabato, but just have a look at that, beautifully thrown, and he's just too big and strong, was never going to be caught.
Yeah, a good missed pass. It was a great option because obviously Argentina down the man, and Zaruba's their strike. He's been really good on the first day.
Well, Hirayama's attempted conversion was a valiant effort, just blown away to the right, but here he is, Adam Zaruba. Yeah, over 2 meters tall. That's a big man in the sevens game. See the little signal there from Hirayama. And, well, they'll have to play at that, and it means it's going to be a free kick on halfway, so they've given Argentina a chance here. Barros Souza, the man who's on in the yellow headgear, I think he's come on for the concussion check, and he makes a little gap for himself too. Barros Souza, Hirayama gets across and makes the tackle. Canadian defenders getting into a bit of a tangle with each other, and they've given up a penalty here. Well, it's 6 on 7.
Okay.
But a good opportunity. Revol takes the tap. This fella here looks slippery. Barros Souza floats the pass. Oh boy. Yeah, you're taking on the Wellington wind, son, but all nicely done by Menendez. He's turned a horrible pass into a lovely try just before half-time.
Take it back to the kickoff. You make a mistake, and percentages show that the side next with the ball scores, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered for Argentina. What an impact he has made, Sosa, since he's come on. But this is what you do when you turn something into nothing there. That's a bad ball going back, and Mendes just turned, looked up, and they couldn't believe it. The opening and the parting of the Red Sea, the red jerseys, Argentina back.
Well, there was just no one covering. And how about that for a kick from Gaston Revol, the captain? We've seen kicks miss from in front today in this tricky breeze, but he has belted that over from wide out, and Argentina completely against the run of play, lead it by 7-5 at half-time. Well, becoming almost treacherous wind here. It's the gusty side of it that's causing problems, and there you go again. It could end up going to 10, it does. And, well, somehow or other, they've avoided the tap kick back on halfway, but Argentina have the ball. Revol takes it to ground quickly in to support him. Good work from Menendez, the try scorer, and they get a penalty.
Tell you what, that kickoff for Canada yesterday was a real weapon. They were putting it up on the perfect spot every time, Hirayama, but today with these conditions, it's taking that away from them.
Yes, it's something they practice, but hard to get practice for conditions like this, because you're in a wind tunnel. Argentina will be absolutely revitalised. They've got their full complement back too, and here's Barros Souza. Looks like a bit of a spark. Quickly through the hands, and it was a forward pass. Sabato had the right idea. If he could shift it quickly, Bellotto had an opportunity. Bellotto's gone down. It might have hurt his ankle here, I think.
Well, he was holding his head just before that, so might be looking for a place out of Weta Workshop.
Saruba.
Come on.
That hurt.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Well, Canada, Hirayama feeds the scrum, gets it away quickly. You can see Kay coming in nice and close there. Not to ask too much of the pass. You can see they've just compressed their game. Moonlight with the big don't argue on Revol. Bumped him off. Kay, little snipe. And they are playing it close to the ruck. And now it's Schultz. Kerman Schultz is going to put them, in fact, it's, beg your pardon, Fualafai is going to put Canada back in front. Fualafai scores for Canada. And they are back in front, but great work around the ruck.
Pat Kay doing the work in close, and you called it perfectly, Tone. It was all about working the short channels because of the wind, and so they stood a little bit closer. Kay takes it to the line, and Mike Fualafai, he's not renowned for running this distance to score tries, but he puts Canada back in front.
Yes, direct play, forward momentum. It's a great change in tactics and strategy for Canada for the second half.
Yeah, Mike Fualafai following up on that big bump off by John Moonlight. But the work of Kay, they've
Good to go.
obviously tightened their game up, playing it around the fringe, not risking the big passes. It's a better restart. It's crossed over the 10-metre mark, and that's all it has to do. But it's fallen for Argentina, and Sabato has it. Going in for Fualafai.
Off feet.
Wasn't supporting his own body weight, so he's penalised. Barros Souza. Darts one way, then goes back the other. Here's Usachuk. About 40 metres out here, Argentina. Looking to get some width on it, maybe stretch the defence. Sabato taking on the 22. Bazan moves it on. Barros Souza. Oh, he's got good footwork. And a pass away to Usachuk. and he's in for the try. And so the lead changes hands again.
There's the stat, his 4th of the weekend. He came into the tournament having scored 4, so he's doubled his tally, and he's such a great finisher. But this is just smart play from the Argentinians, working it down one flank and then getting it out to Sosa, who's been a real revelation since he's come on. And that's good reward for Argentina.
Yeah, they worked that left-hand side. They stretched the defence of Canada to the left, and then when they went back to the right, it was all on, plenty of space and area to attack.
Oh, 4th lead change in the game. And Argentina lead it by 12 to 10. Sajuk, who's just 19 years of age, looks a real find. And a restart, well, they could get a result out of this. Did it touch the hands of the Canadian player? No, it did not. And that's to the relief of Adam Zaruba, who put up his hands, but didn't make contact with the ball. So Canada will get the throw. Let's have a look here. Close.
Time off.
Well, now time becomes an issue.
You hold your gut. Yep. You hold your gut. You don't keep stepping. You stay on your mark. On your mark.
Moonlight's the man they'll go to. They'll put Sajuk up to try and contest. They've got it. Hirayama. Well, what can they do? What they can do is they can get the ball to the flying Justin Douglas, and he will score. Canada back in front. Thrust and counter thrust. Canada regain the lead.
Well, that's one of the best set moves that you'll see in the game of sevens in difficult conditions. They bounced out, they set it from the line out. Hirayama backed around. Kay took the ball to the line, and then he just gave the space that was needed for Justin Douglas, just on the outside of his marker. Wonderful result.
And a good kick too from Hirayama. Might have done himself a bit of a mischief in the process, Justin Douglas. But now it's a 5-point lead.
That was the pass for me. Kay taking the ball to the line. He gets outside his marker. It's a foot race, and he's already got a metre head start, never to be caught.
Let's go.
No.
Time off, please.
Still time to go, but well, he's taken one for the team here, Justin Douglas.
Yep, sub. Are you sure? Okay,
he's tough though.
Good to go.
He went swimming with great white sharks when he was in South Africa, in a cage, I'd hasten to add. So Hirayama, can they close it out, Canada, or do we have one more twist in this tale? Taken down by Babier for Argentina. That's the first thing they had to do, secure possession. The foghorn goes, oh, needed a better pass than that, but the referee was playing advantage. There was an offside.
12.
He's saying a high tackle, really?
Oh, really? High tackle, the call. Against that man, Adam Zaruba. Pass that time was Sajuk. I think he was looking at what lay ahead. Now he has to salvage possession. Canada quick to get back into defensive position as Joaquin Riera takes it upfield. Well, they've got time, but they need accuracy. There's still time to win the game, but they're making it tough for themselves with some loose passing. Now a little stumble there too by Bazan. Canada careful not to commit too many. Another wobbly old pass. Del Mestre offloads it away to Sajuk. Oh, this is brave stuff. Riera, well, they've got nothing to lose now. Riera pass can't hook up with Barros Souza, but it falls now in the end for Del Mestre. Close to the touchline, but not into touch. Well, Sajuk brushes off the first, almost gets through the second, offloads it away to Barros Souza. Oh, but another pass goes missing, and this time it's the end of the game, the end of their chances. Oh, poor old Santiago Gomez Cora hangs his head because he knows his team had a chance. But Canada are through to the semi-finals. What a great achievement for them. A team that had hardly fired a shot before coming here to Wellington, and now they're into the last four. A 17-12 win over Argentina.